All righty. Welcome to the Agoura Hills City Council reorganization meeting. Please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. I will now call this meeting to order and defer to Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Welcome, everybody. And before we get started tonight, I just want to say we found this high-tech device that none of us know what it is on the floor if it belongs to someone. So see me afterwards. It is? Oh. Okay. Now that I know what it is. Okay. It's my pleasure to call up the Girl Scouts tonight, and so I just want to say a couple of words about that. Prior to the first time I was sworn in as mayor of the city in 2015, the flag ceremony was always conducted by our wonderful Boy Scout troops. No offense to them, but when I was sworn in as mayor in 2015, I asked for the Girl Scouts, and our wonderful city clerk brought that wish of mine to fruition. So then when 2020 came up, the Girl Scouts came again. So I just want to say tonight Girl Scout Troop 176 is here, and I'm so grateful to the Scouts for being there for me over the years. So with great pleasure, I invite the Girl Scout Troop 176 to lead us in tonight's flag ceremony. Come on up, ladies.
Good evening. We are Girl Scout Troop 176. Thank you, Mayor Anstead, for your service to the city of Agoura Hills and for your service to our country. Welcome, Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber, to your term as mayor. Will the audience please rise? Color Guard, advance. Color Guard, post the colors. Those not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Please say with me the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color Guard, remove the colors. Color Guard dismissed. The audience may be seated. Thank you.
Thank you again, Girl Scout Troop 176. We really appreciate you being there. Next, we are moving on to the invocation. It's truly an honor for me to introduce Alan Salazar, a respected elder whose ancestors were members of the Chumash and the Tataviam tribes, some of the oldest tribes in America, to provide tonight's invocation. An invocation, for those of you who don't know, is the act of invoking or calling upon a deity, a spirit, etc., for aid, protection, inspiration, or the like, a form of prayer or blessing said at the beginning of a public ceremony. Mr. Salazar has provided these type of blessings at special events in Agoura Hills, such as the ribbon cutting of the Medea Creek Restoration Project and many of the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing milestones. It's a pleasure to have him at tonight's reorganization. Please welcome Elder Salazar.
Thank you. I was watching everyone as they came in, and I hope this is the way every City Hall meeting starts here in Agoura Hills. Everyone was hugging and kissing. That's the way we should start every City Hall meeting. I want to first thank the city for inviting me to come and do a blessing and share my tribal beliefs and tribal ways. It means a lot to us tribal people to be included in events like this. So I want to ask the Great Spirit, Mother Earth, the power of the four directions, the sky people, to God Almighty, to bless us today, to guide us, to fill our hearts and our minds with love and patience and understanding, that our leaders lead us in a good way with a good heart and an open mind. We pray for all of our soldiers and all of our warriors that they come home safely in these dangerous times. We pray for our elders and we pray for our young people. We pray that our young people sit down with their elders and learn their stories and learn their lessons. It's very important. I was reminded today by a documentary filmmaker about P-22, who passed in about 12 days, it'll be 1 year, the passing of P22, who, as I said when I was interviewed several times, he was a leader, he was a teacher, and that's what these people are, leaders and teachers, and we send our blessings to them. Thank you so much for allowing me to say the prayer. Kisa shwala, kisa kantush, kiushka al, kiantikish, kiantikish, kiantikish. We are all alive, we are all alive, we are all alive. I leave this offering, and I apologize to the custodial staff for leaving a little tobacco here, but it's our tradition to make an offering at the closing of our prayers. Blessings.
Thank you so much.
I will now defer to the city clerk for a roll call vote.
Good evening. Councilmember Lopez?
Here.
Councilmember Sylvester?
Here.
Councilmember Wolf?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber?
Present.
Mayor Anstead?
Here.
Mayor Anstead, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Will the maker of the motion and the second to approve the agenda please state your names?
Councilmember Sylvester so moves to approve the agenda.
Thank you.
This is Deborah Klein Lopez. I'll second.
Thank you. I'll now defer to the city clerk for a roll call vote.
Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Councilmember Sylvester?
Aye.
Councilmember Wolf?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber?
Aye.
Mayor Anstead?
Aye.
Mayor Anstead, you have approval, 5-0.
Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to recognize some of the very special guests that we have here this evening and ask that everyone please hold your applause until after all the introductions. So representing the Honorable Senator Ben Allen, District Representative Davis Hahn, Honorable Assembly Member Jackie Irwin, and Deputy District Director Nancy Frawley. Representing the Honorable Supervisor Lindsay Horvath, Field Deputy Sophia Sudani. Former City of Agoura Hills Council Members and Mayor Ed Cordori, Jack Koning, Dan Cooperberg, Linda Northrup, Jeff Reinhardt, and the representing the Agoura Hills Planning Commission, Chair John Asuncion and Vice Chair Kate Anderson. Representing the City of Calabasas, Councilmember Ed Albrecht. Representing the City of Malibu, Councilmember Paul Grisanti. Representing the Las Virgenes Unified School District, President Leslie Stein, and Yerba Buena Elementary School Principal Jessica Marshall. Representing the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District, President Jay Lewitt and Director Andy Kardashian. Representing the Lost Hills Sheriff Station, Lieutenant Roman Foss. Representing the Los Angeles County Fire Department, Division 7, Assistant Fire Chief Drew Smith, Battalion Chief Jeff Harms, and Community Services Liaison Megan Courier. Representing the Greater Conejo Valley Chamber of Commerce, Director of Government Affairs and Tourism Josh Gray. Administering the oaths of office this evening, special guest Miss Chris Letting. And a very special thanks to the Girl Scout Troop 176 for tonight's flag ceremony and Mr. Alan Salazar for the invocation. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all of the attendees this evening, especially to the family members and guests of the City Council, and also make a special acknowledgement to our appointed members of the City Advisory Boards, commissions, and committees, including our many city volunteers who serve our community. Thank you all for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's my honor to introduce our mayor, Chris Anstead. I know that Mayor Anstead has learned a lot during his year as mayor, and especially about the significant time commitment it is. And we all thank you so much for spending the time being the mayor for 2023. Please welcome Mr. Chris Anstead back to the podium.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber. It's hard to believe that it's been a year has passed since I became your mayor. Time really does fly when you're having fun, and I did have a lot of fun throughout the year. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your mayor over this last year. The highlight from this year has been meeting and working with our residents of all ages, especially the young ones this year. I've met with business owners, first responders, and local and state and federal leaders. Most importantly, I would like to acknowledge the tireless efforts of our staff and the city manager, Nate Hamburger. Thank you all for your time and dedication to our community. Together, we have accomplished a lot. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you and my fellow council members to help ensure Agoura Hills residents continue to live the good life. Thank you.
Hello? Not that I need this thing. Okay, so tonight we have the honor of inviting many people to come thank Chris for his year. And so we're going to start with California State Senate District Representative Davis Hahn for the Honorable Senator Ben Allen. So Davis, come on up. Say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and good evening, council members and Mayor Anstead. On behalf of Senator Allen, just want to thank you for your service as mayor the past year and for always making yourself available to help introduce us to Agoura Hills in our first full year representing the city. So I have a certificate to present you.
Thank you so much, Davis. Next, it's a great honor for me personally and for the entire council to have Assemblymember Jackie Irwin and her Deputy District Director Nancy Frawley, because Jackie was redistricted 2 years ago and Agoura Hills became part of her district, and we were just so thrilled. So thank you, and you've been good to us, and we will be good to you.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem, I should say, Elise Buckley Weber. It has, we have been representing Agoura for the last year, since January, and it has really been an honor. This is an incredibly beautiful city, and I really loved what Mr. Salazar said. Everybody was walking in and hugging each other, and when you think about what's going on in the greater world and across the U.S., it is so important to have that type of feeling, this real resiliency in our local community, that we're all working together for the benefit of our community. So thank you so much for your service, Mayor Anstead. And I also have to say, Mayor Anstead has been really a great lobbyist for the city. He came up to our office a number of times and said, we really need money for a bike path. And when we said, well, maybe there's not that much money in the budget, he said, yes, but this is really important, and let me tell you a little bit more about it. And we did end up being able to put some money in the budget for, as other groups have also, including the federal government, for that bike path. But we have now a certificate of recognition for Mayor Anstead. Special recognition and deepest congratulations are conveyed for your leadership and dedication. Your tireless commitment has been a benefit to our community. Thank you for your years of public service. Thank you so much. And then I would also really like to congratulate the one that was acknowledging how many hours that it was actually going to take to be in the position of mayor. Thank you for your willingness to take over. I assume the council is going to be agreeing with that, but we are a little in suspense. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know everything that goes on in Agoura Hills, but very happy to be part of this reorganization celebration. Congratulations, Mayor Anstead.
One of the really fun things that I have to add to Jackie Irwin and Nancy Frawley is Nancy Frawley's son and our son went to preschool together. So we've grown up together, so which is really wonderful. Next, we have a few words from the Honorable Supervisor Lindsay Horvath, and she couldn't be here tonight, so she's going to be on video. And then afterwards, we have Sophia Sudani, who's her district director? Field deputy, okay.
Good evening, Agoura Hills. I'm so grateful to serve as your partner and as your Los Angeles County Supervisor. As we welcome the holiday season, we also welcome the changing of the guard in so many of our 3rd District cities. Tonight, we celebrate outgoing Mayor Chris Anstead and his year of accomplishments and collaboration. Mayor Anstead, you have been a wonderful partner to Los Angeles County as we work to preserve open space, prioritize environmental stewardship, and prepare our communities for any disaster or emergency that comes our way. To you and your staff, thank you for this year, my first year as a county supervisor, and thank you for joining us in a wonderful opportunity to be with the Mayor of Los Angeles, prioritizing the issue of homelessness with all of the mayors in our district. It was wonderful to have you as part of our discussion. We are so fortunate to live in communities with shared values and a commitment to service. Thank you for the work that you do, and I wish you and the entire Agoura Hills community a very happy holiday season.
Thank you, Supervisor. And so now we have Field Deputy Sophia Sudani.
Well, I think the supervisor said it best, but thank you so much for all of your work, for your leadership. Our office has had the privilege of getting to work with you and the rest of the Agoura Hills community. It has been a privilege to be here. I know me personally, I've gotten to work with your office and be at the CERT training here. I've gotten to see our amazing environmental day. We've gotten to see a beautiful tour of the city and getting to see all the amazing work that you guys are doing and getting to look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing ahead. So thank you so much. Thank you. And on behalf of our office, a certificate.
And next from the city of Calabasas is Councilmember Ed Albrecht, and he's going to come up and say a few words. You looked surprised.
A little bit. I'm a first-year councilman, so I'm getting used to this. So if I stumble, I'm sorry. But having lived in the region, particularly in Calabasas, for 29 years, will be 30 years this February, I can't help but just love this area. Really respect Agoura so much. Drive back and forth. I take our dog to the park right down the street here. And it's a neighborhood that we share equal values. And I think having a collaboration between the two cities is only natural. What a sister city you are. You're the closest city we have in the county. And I hope to know your council members better. We're familiar faces to each other and hope more than that in the future.
You got it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that. And next from the Las Virgenes Municipal Water District, I have President Jay Lewitt coming up. And Andy. Andy, you want to come up? Come on. We're family.
Agoura is so important to our water district that we couldn't just bring one director. So actually, both of our divisions are in Agoura, so it only made sense. And all the directors wanted to come, but there's a Brown Act, so we can only bring two. So just want to thank Chris for being such an ardent supporter of water. You know, we're living in an area that has we import 100% of the water that we serve. There's no natural water here. And Chris immediately understood that and came on our pure water tour. That's our facility that we're taking our recycled water and treating it, and we're going to be drinking it. It's going to be plumbed to all of your homes. So it's great, and there's tasting, and you can come take tours. I know the past and future mayor has been there. And Chris came and is very interested, and he also came to our statewide water event in May. And Chris has called me and told me many times and asked me a lot of questions about water, and that's all we could ask for as a city council person, to be involved with water and interest in water, and he realizes the importance of it. So I just wanted to come here and say thank you, and thank all of you for allowing Jeremy to come help us too. And we look forward to working together. And Andy, you'd like to say a few words?
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know my name is Andy Korodeski, and so it's a tough name. It's been a lot of years of my life trying to Andy Korodeski, and what I do appreciate about Chris is, you know, we've met a few times, and just last weekend we were at the same event here in Agoura Hills. And he immediately walked up to me and asked me about some issues that are going on in Liberty Canyon, which is the neighborhood in which I live. And I thought, wow, that's, you know, I mean, he's connected, he knows people, and he cares. And so I just really am happy that Chris has been able to serve us, and I appreciate that. And I hope to do the same for all of you with the water issues, which we will continue to have for quite a while. So thank you, Chris, very much.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have the Director of Government Affairs for the Greater Conejo Valley Chamber of Commerce, and he's Director of Government Affairs and Tourism, Josh Gray.
Thank you. Good to see you. I just want to say thank you for your service to the city and for your leadership in the greater community. I also wanted to, point out your participation has made such a difference and is greatly appreciated. You were at our civic leaders breakfast. You were at our spotlight breakfast here in Agoura. You joined us for a small business tour with Senator Ben Allen that highlighted Wisden's Market Square and Western Veterinary Center. I know you know public service all too well. And I know oftentimes we don't thank our public servants often enough for all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into the effort. Even though it is a labor of love, it is still labor. So I just wanted to end by saying thank you so much for all the work you've done, and thank you for being a great partner. And we look forward to the partnership ahead.
Thank you, Josh. So Chris, on behalf of the City Council and the city staff, I'm honored to present to you these cards and gift certificates from Maria's Restaurant, and guess where else? Serious Cycling. And the gift basket and tote are full of all kinds of gifts to reflect our sincere appreciation for your year. And thank you to Wendy, your spouse, because when you're mayor, as you've learned, it's, you know, a lot of time away from the family. So thank you for loaning him for the year. And good luck to you. And do you want to do anything with this? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
my turn to call for my fellow council members to make outgoing comments to Chris Anstead. So let's start with Jeremy Wolf, Councilmember Wolf.
Great, thank you. Mayor Anstead, thank you so much for the time that you spent serving our city, but the thing that stood out to me the most this year was your unequivocal stance against anti-Semitism. You really stepped up, and it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to the community, and I really appreciate you showing up to the various events, really showing your support for the Jewish community, showing your support against anti-Semitism, and I really, really sincerely appreciate that. I also want to thank you for all the support that you've shown for our veterans and for the youth of our community. And so thanks for all the time that you put, and I really appreciate your years as mayor and look forward to serving with you for another few years. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Councilmember Klein Lopez.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber. A year ago, it was me passing the baton as mayor to our Mayor Pro Tem, and what you've heard tonight is that it is so much work, but it is also such an amazing honor to be mayor of a town. And what I will say, advise you, is that sometimes as much work as it is, it's also a little bit hard to give up. It's as much work as it's a lot of work, but it's also very hard to pass the baton because it's a very special time. So I wish you the very best in that transition because it's not always easy. I also want to say that my favorite part of the year was the state of the city. I want to give a special shout out to our staff who did an amazing production of getting all of our different departments into one space so that our residents could be invited and really see what a fantastic year we had. So thank you very much, and look forward to the year to come.
You.
Thank you. Councilmember Sylvester?
Thank you. Mayor Anstead, I would like to thank you for your leadership this year. We've had some great days and we've had some difficult days, but we've made it through. And I would also like to thank Wendy, because I know what it's like to be a spouse waiting on the other end. So thank you for giving him up to us for this time. And I look forward to the future because you're not going anywhere, I hope. So
sounds good.
We'll have lots of subcommittees together.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you've already heard from me, but I would just thank you again for your year of service and look forward to working with you for the next couple of years.
You got it. Thank you. At this time, I would like to call for nominations for mayor.
I would like to nominate Elise Buckley Weber for mayor of Agoura Hills.
All right. Do I have a second?
I will, Councilmember Sylvester seconds.
Okay. Any other nominations? I will now defer to the city clerk for a roll call vote.
Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Councilmember Sylvester?
Aye.
Councilmember Wolf?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Buckley Weber?
Aye.
Mayor Anstead?
Aye.
Mayor Anstead, you have approval 5-0.
Excellent.
Thank you. And in light of what Councilmember Klein Lopez says, Dennis Weber had to pull this thing out of my hands. It was. So the next course of business is the election of a new mayor pro tem. And so I would like to now call for nominations for the mayor pro tem for 2024.
This is Councilmember Wolf, and I'd like to nominate Councilmember Penny Sylvester for mayor pro tem.
Thank you, Councilmember Wolf. And
I'll second that. This is Councilmember Chris Anstead.
thank you, Mr. Anstead. Are there any other further nominations? Seeing none, I'm going to move on. We have a motion by Councilmember Wolf and a second by Councilmember Anstead to nominate Penny Sylvester for mayor pro tem. I will now defer to the city clerk for a roll call vote.
Councilmember Anstead?
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Councilmember Sylvester?
Aye.
Councilmember Wolf?
Aye.
Mayor Buckley Weber?
Aye.
Mayor Buckley Weber, you have approval, 5-0.
I would now like to invite Miss Chris Letting up to the dais.
Hello out there. Kimberly, would you like us here or over there? We're good? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Come over here so you can hear.
Okay. Thank you. I will swear you in first. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Elise Buckley Weber,
I, Elise Buckley Weber,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Penny Sylvester,
I, Penny Sylvester,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. I'm going to ask for a moment of personal time. I have been lucky enough to know Elise Buckley Weber for over 40 years. When we first met, we were both working for the governor of Colorado. I think we're probably 5 years old then. But from the moment I met Elise, I knew she was whip smart, passionate, and a doer, and maybe now and then a little opinionated. Elise brings commitment and energy to everything she does, being a spouse, being a mother, being an elected official, and for me, being a friend. I have had an opportunity over the last couple of days since I've been here to see so much in your wonderful community, and I can tell you how proud she is of it and how dedicated she is to it. And I'm really proud to have been able to swear her in tonight. You. Oops, sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Letting. It is my honor to introduce Mayor Elise Buckley Weber. Elise moved to Agoura Hills in 1992 with her husband Joe and their 2 children, Sarah and David. Soon after moving to Agoura Hills, Elise became active in the Fountainwood Homeowners Association and our local schools. Elise went on to serve the community on the Agoura Hills Planning Commission and was elected to the City Council in 2011. Anyone that knows Elise knows that she's passionate about the environment and open space. Elise has served as the chair and vice chair of the Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy and the Cal Cities Environmental Quality Policy Committee. Elise practices civil litigation here in Agoura Hills. She's an avid bird watcher, loves cycling, traveling the world, and spending time with her family. Please join me in congratulating Mayor Elise Buckley Weber.
Thank you, Councilmember Anstead. I appreciate it. First, I want to thank my fellow council members for their trust and confidence to have me serve as the mayor this year. It's an honor to be handed the gavel to help lead this wonderful city for another year. Chris pretty much told you everything that was in my speech, which saves me from crying through it. So thank you, Chris. But yes, we met when we were in our early 20s. We both landed our first jobs out of college with the great governor of the state of Colorado. And we've been very close friends through thick and thin for the last 43 years. And I just can't even believe, because neither of us are spontaneous at all. We are completely type A organized. And yet I called her about a week ago and said, would you consider flying out to California to come swear me in? And she was like, I'll book a flight, you know? And it was like, okay, so we have grown up. In 2019, while still recovering from the Woolsey fire, I was sworn in as mayor. I gave a long, long, long speech about all the good things the city was planning for 2020, highlighting the 50th anniversary of the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency, the 100th anniversary of women winning the right to vote, and so much more. And then a global pandemic hit, and everything changed in a moment. We became flexible, open-minded, and pivoted quickly. We still put on programs and celebrations, but they were all remote. So this year, my speech will be shorter, and I simply ask you for your trust and confidence that 2024 will be a great year, one way or another. 2024, however, will bring attention to some historic anniversaries that somewhat affect our lives here in Agoura Hills. For example, 50 years ago, President Richard Nixon signed the Endangered Species Act into law. The U.S. Supreme Court called it, quote, the most comprehensive legislation for the preservation of endangered species enacted by any nation. The city of Agoura Hills is proud to support the effort for our Central and Southern California mountain lions to be listed as an endangered species. We also are an active partner in the Wallace-Annenberg Wildlife Crossing, a massive public and private effort to protect our wildlife. This effort will continue to progress throughout 2024, and I invite all of you to come take a tour. Another milestone in 2024 is the 100th anniversary of the Olympics. We have already started the conversation with our Cultural Arts Council on what Agoura Hills can offer the influx of tourists for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. 2024 will also be the 80th anniversary of D-Day, which led to the end of World War II. It's not only an opportunity for us to recognize our veterans, but also to celebrate the victory of peace and love over evil and hate. Last, but certainly not least, 60 years ago, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act into law, prohibiting discrimination based on race, skin color, religion, sex, and national origin. The city will continue to strive to be a diverse and inclusive city. Throughout 2024, we plan to celebrate and highlight the diverse cultures of our community. Please join us and know that we are always open to suggestions. The Civil Rights Act also was written to protect voting rights, and the city will continue its reputation of assuring, absolutely assuring, that fair and safe elections will be held in Agoura Hills. Last month, former Supervisor Zev Yarosovsky was our featured One City, One Book author. He said that driving out to Agoura Hills for the event reminded him of how beautiful it was here and what we have is so special. I couldn't agree more. The ongoing challenge for the council is to keep it that way. In 2024, we will continue to expand our outreach to those who don't generally come to City Hall to share their input and opinions. We want everyone who works and lives in Agoura Hills to feel comfortable taking a seat at the table, so together we can make Agoura Hills an even better place. I know our country is divided, but in my years on the council, regardless of party affiliation or anything else that can be divisive, there is consensus in what our residents want: safe neighborhoods, open space, well-maintained parks, and thriving businesses, to name a few. 2024 will inevitably bring change, and now more than ever, we need you to stay engaged and work with us. I speak on behalf of the entire council and the incredible Agoura Hills staff when I assure you that in 2024, we will continue to work hard, day and night, to meet our common goals, be stewards of the environment, and to maintain that small town feel that we all cherish. When I say work day and night, I mean it. So I thank my spouse, Joe, and my family once again for all of their support for my endeavors. In closing, I would like to say, together, we will soar in 2024. Thank you. Okay, so now we actually are going to public comments. This section is reserved for persons wishing to speak on items listed on this agenda. If you wish to speak, please submit a public comment card to the city clerk. Public testimony is limited to 3 minutes per speaker, and a speaker's time may not be transferred to another speaker. Persons addressing the city council shall not engage in disorderly conduct that disrupts or otherwise impedes the orderly conduct of the meeting. We respectfully request that if you have something to distribute to the council, you hand it to our city clerk and do not approach the dais. Watch the podium for the red light. Madam Clerk, do we have any public comments?
Thank you, Mayor Buckley Weber. No written public comments have been received and no speaker cards have been submitted.
Thank you. Are there any comments from the city council? Oh, okay. Why don't I start with you, Mayor Pro Tem Sylvester?
Thank you very much, Mayor. I would just like to congratulate you. I'm really excited to be serving under you for the next year, and I know I'm going to learn a lot. And I think we have a wonderful council, and we live in a beautiful city, and our residents, I hope, will become extremely active and speak out on the topics that affect them so that we can all move forward together. I'm looking forward to soaring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you see me? Waving my hands. Mayor Buckley Weber, so thrilled to welcome you as mayor once again. On a personal note, you are such a mentor to me. You've been on the council since 2011. You got me involved as you went, on for re-election. You encouraged me to join you on the dais, and you have helped me become what I hope to be, a good council member, and can't do it without mentors, and you've been that mentor for me. So thank you so, so much. You're a confidant, as much as the Brown Act allows, and you lead with heart and smarts and integrity and compassion. You're so hardworking, and as your friend Chris said, you may have an opinion or two that you like to stand by. So thank you so much for that. In 2020, I was so excited to finally serve with you as mayor, which I did, but COVID robbed us of your long list of ideas and projects. But obviously very thankful for the good times and serving with my colleagues with the good times, but I think sometimes real leadership comes when you're in crisis, and you led us through that crisis with such a steady hand, and I think that says so much about you. So I'm thrilled that you are going to be the next mayor. You can call on me to do whatever as long as the Brown Act allows it. But we are here for you, and it's going to be a great year. So thank you for stepping up.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Anstead.
I just want to congratulate you, and I know we're in great hands going forward for this next year. Look forward to working closely with you during the year.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Wolf.
So, besides my parents who are here tonight, there's literally nobody who's been more instrumental in getting me involved in public service than you. 14 years ago, I reached out to your son, who's one of my best friends and watching tonight, David, and I said, I want to get involved in the city of Agoura. I want to plant oak trees. That's what I want to do. And you got me on this journey in public service. And so it is such a tremendous honor to get to serve with you as mayor, and I'm so excited. What you've done for the city, from getting the creek cleanup really geared up about 10 years ago, to you were the spearhead behind Triangle Ranch and saving 125 acres of open space and getting that in the state budget. Yeah. And so it's such a tremendous honor to get to serve with you as this year as mayor, and I look forward to a really productive and exciting year. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And spearhead is nice. That was pretty sharp, too. I would like to thank everyone for attending and also extend our appreciation to two of our local businesses that are located in Wizen Market Square. The lovely floral arrangements, which are just, the smell was beautiful when I walked in here earlier, were created by Flore Floral Design. And as you exit the council chambers this evening, please make sure to stop in the lobby, as we have a special treat from Carrera Pastries and Cafe that we hope you will enjoy at home. Our next regular city council meeting is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Wednesday, December 13th, 2023, in the council chambers of the Civic Center. At this time, we will adjourn tonight's meeting. Will the maker of the motion, second to adjourn, please state your names?
Mayor Pro Tem Sylvester moves to adjourn the meeting.
Councilmember Deborah Klein Lopez, I'll second.
Thank you. So I will ask the city clerk to do the roll call vote.
Thank you. Councilmember Anstead? Aye. Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Councilmember Wolf?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Sylvester?
Aye.
Mayor Buckley Weber? Aye. Mayor Buckley Weber, you have approval 5-0.
This meeting is hereby adjourned.